I'm Stuart Baxter and I'm President of International Distribution for eOne. I think suddenly opportunities have been seen to watch shows from very different cultures and they're travelling. Shows like Narcos, largely not in English, but has been seen all over the world, shot in, obviously in Latin America. We see Deutschland 83. We've seen a lot of French shows, the Scandi Noir shows. When the SVOD players first arrived, they were very dependent on distributors because they weren't really producing themselves and they didn't have direct access to talent at that stage. Clearly, over the last few years, that's started to change. They're building some of their own relationships. We read about and see Netflix doing deals with a Shonda Rhimes, a Ryan Murphy. These are big deals with some of the best creative. But they also still need product from the distributors. So the difference is those relationships are evolving. They used to be purely a sort of acquisitions, and now a lot of these discussions about co-producing. And they want to see shows are not very, very early on in their development cycle. So the way we work, and Netflix has got, and by the way, not limited to Netflix, but Amazon as well, they've got many doors you can knock on. So you go into their originals team to co-produce with them, you go through an acquisitions door to a different group of people. So they've just got bigger and more significant. I had conversations yesterday with a group about producing a series in Ireland using basically Section 481 money out of Dublin, tax credits that help make that very appealing. They built a lot of new sound studios, so there's great facilities, good labour, creative resources there, and attractive financing. We had the Italians in yesterday saying there's a new law being passed in Italy. They're going to provide a 30% tax incentive for everything that's spent in Italy to produce, and they had a show there. For years people were going, we had a tax incentive introduced in the UK. Ironically, that tax incentive only actually pushed the pricing up, because what happened is to qualify that tax incentive, you had to be spending £1.2 million per hour. Shows that used to cost 900 or $1 million, now cost 1.2 million because you get 25% of that money back, so you might as well spend the extra. So sometimes it's constructive, but not always. Shows are getting more and more expensive, and for people to be able to afford those shows, you tend to have more partnerships and more co-producing. So we see an awful lot of an original idea, a show emanating in one place and needing one other co-producing partner to come in. Those two, together with a distributor and, whether it's some soft money, tax credits or equivalent, can make a show viable.